This is a very simple exercise you can do on your own to improve your Spanish, to make fewer mistakes. Compared to English, Spanish has relatively complicated grammar. It's got a lot more conjugations and things like that, masculine, feminine, etc., verb agreement, and then things like the subjunctive, and it is more complicated in general. So if you don't do something like this, you're always going to speak with a lot of mistakes. And okay, they will understand you probably, but it's better to speak with fewer mistakes than with lots of mistakes. All right, I guess we all can agree on that. So if you do this exercise regularly, as boring as it may be, it will improve your speaking, your accuracy, precision, fewer mistakes, right? So it's very simple. Basically, write whatever you want to say here, and you get the feedback. This is Deep L, right? It works really well for Spanish and but not that many languages actually. But one, two, three, five. One, German, Spanish, French, four, five, six languages. Okay. I mean, these are the main languages people learn in Europe at least, and in America. So it works. So you write whatever you want to say here, and you get feedback. And you see, for example, this is a very common thing. Ser and estar, to be in English, both of them, it can be very confusing for English speakers, less so for speakers of other Romance languages. So if you keep making mistakes with those, you can simply write here, use them again and again, and you will get corrected. And once you get corrected, you it's also good for things like this, the accents and spelling and b's and v's and things like that. But mostly for because that's it's not noticeable when you are speaking, right? So the important thing is grammar and vocabulary. So you write and then you say, okay, it's now estoy, it's so. So you correct that by hand. If you don't correct it by hand, or if you don't correct it at all, you just look at it, you will not remember it as well. The key here is that you get corrected. You get feedback, you apply the feedback, you pay attention to the feedback, you apply it, then you learn. Maybe you won't remember it the first time, but if you keep making similar mistakes, and you will probably make, we usually tend to make the same mistakes over and over, similar ones. So you do this exercise regularly, you correct yourself, but you apply the feedback, making the same mistakes over and over, and very quickly you'll get rid of most of them. So this is one of the most effective ways to improve your accuracy, to make fewer mistakes, which is pretty important when you are speaking. They will understand you anyway if you make lots of mistakes, as long as you know the vocab. As long as you know the vocab and you say the words, even if grammar is a mess and you use the wrong words sometimes, they will understand you probably, but you want to sound, you know, you want to have decent accuracy and make the least amount of mistakes possible if you want to be taken seriously. So I highly recommend you do this exercise. Not from the beginning, maybe when you start learning a language, when you start speaking Spanish, learn lots of vocab first, learn your language islands, all of that. And once you're able to have conversations, once you are conversational at least, you start doing this a little bit every day so that you work on that specific thing, your ability to make fewer mistakes. Once you can communicate, then we focus on communicating better and more accurately. All right.